Hey, what's going on, guys? James here. And what is this guitar? You guys have probably seen this guitar in quite a lot of videos that I've done in the past on my channel. You can check them out online if you don't know exactly what I'm talking about. But this, for those of you who don't know, is Epiphone SG. And you may be thinking to yourself, but this is not a normal, ordinary SG. What is it? What have you done to it? What's different about it? What makes it unique and special? So it is an Epiphone SG Special. So this started life. I bought this in 2012 as the sort of cheapest Epiphone SG you could buy. I bought it to go off to school with, just to practice. This thing was like $160 or something, like really cheap. It's got all the crappy tuner hardware and stuff on it. Most of this hardware is unchanged. Tuners, stop tail, stuff like that. And I played this guitar stock for a long time. But after a while, for a period of time, I worked at Guitar Center, so I thought I would take that opportunity at the time to use some pricing, that was in my favor for being an employee, to change a few things about the guitar, modify it, whatnot. So, done a few things to it. First and foremost are the pickups. This was kind of an experimentation for me. I just kind of wanted to see what I could do. Neck pickup in this guitar is a Seymour Duncan Jazz, kind of like a standard pickup, neck pickup by Seymour Duncan, used by a lot of people, usually in conjunction with a JB, but in this guitar this is a DiMarzio Air Zone. It's kind of based off the DiMarzio Tone Zone, but a bit less output to it, and it's got the air bucker technology in it, which kind of gives it a just a more touch sensitive sound to it. Actually, if you look closely, it doesn't really line up over the strings well, because I ordered it regular spacing and I should have gotten it F spaced for this guitar, even though it's not a Floyd. Weird, something with the spacing of the Gibson tailpiece. So it's got that little offset here. They don't quite line up on the strings probably, but it gives it its character. So my thought process with the pickup choice in this guitar was to have a neck pickup that was actually pretty bright. The Jazz is a pretty bright neck pickup, and the Air Zone is a pretty dark bridge pickup. So the thought was that when you go between the neck and the bridge, there isn't a huge change in brightness, more of a change in EQ. This has got quite a bit of a mid scoop, kind of reminiscent of a single coil a little bit, even though it has a lot more bass. And the same thing with this. They both have lots of bass, but this has less. This has more mids and less highs, and this has less mids and more highs. So as a result, between the way they're placed, they're supposed to balance each other out. That was kind of my thought process. But so what I got was a pretty cool sound. So in the neck, you have this sort of big open, kind of jazz boxy sound. And in the bridge pickup, you get this kind of quacky sound. Get back off the tone a little bit. At the end of the day, the bridge pickup still does have more brightness to it, but you get a cool match together. Sort of a cool contrast, I guess you could say. And a few other things that I had changed at the time. I wanted a push-pull put in. So instead of on the tone knob, like most guitars that have push-pulls have it, I did the volume knob way. So it's just a coil split. So it deactivates this coil and this coil, so you just get this one and this one, and as a result you get a nice stratty sound out of the Seymour Duncan Jazz, even though this is a Les Paul scale style guitar. And then with the bridge pickup split, you get a cool Telecaster style sound. Pretty cool. I really do like that. Really do like that a lot. And so you might be asking about the middle position, and what was interesting is when I had this done, the guitar tech and I were talking, and as he was doing it and he plugged it in, we both realized that Seymour Duncan and DiMarzio don't really play nice to each other, and they wind their pickups opposite. So in the middle it's actually out of phase, and he asked me if I wanted to have the phase reversed on the neck pickup to match, but I said no, actually leave it. I think that's a pretty cool sound. I don't have a guitar that does that. So in the middle you get kind of that quacky, quote unquote, Peter Green sound, the out of phase pickup. I just used a little bit of a Seymour Duncan super overdrive there just to give it a little bit of a boost. Back in the day, that was kind of done to give the guitar sort of a quasi single coil sound. So it's actually, you get less of a volume drop in the out of phase position than you do when you actually split the coil. So this is a coil split. And then the out of phase, it's cool. It's just different flavors. I also had the toggle switch changed out. It used to be up and down, and eventually it stopped actually working, so when I had it changed out, me and my friend did it so that it was side to side, so it's more of like in the pathway of your hand when you're switching. So I like that. Nothing else about the guitar has changed. Same tuners, I never changed those. Same stop tail, input jack, tone knob, and this guitar, because it's the stupid cheap Epiphone thing, has that kill switch on the tone knob. It's dumb, I never use it, but it's there. So now I'll probably just shut up and let you listen to the guitar. I'll go through some clean and some dirty sounds. Playing through my Yamaha THR5, and I have a super overdrive on the floor that I'll kick in just for some subtle stuff. So here you go. This is the sound of the guitar. So, you have it. My red Epiphone SG Special. This guitar technically is for sale, by the way. I always be willing to let it go for a price. So, if you're interested in it for any reason, let me know. Take care.